Yeah, g'day everyone and welcome to my Z900RS review. I've owned this bike for a couple of years now. I've done 23,000 kilometers on it, so I think I'm fairly qualified to do a long-term ownership review. Let me know what you think. Cheers guys. I've changed a few things here and there since my last video. I've invested in the GoPro, good on me. The sound should hopefully be a little bit better. I've also tried to get some audio. Recently changed the exhaust on the bike as well. I've put a set of Rov'n headers on the bike. They sound pretty damn good. I've kept the stock can on there. I haven't changed anything else. I haven't done a tune, I haven't done the airbox mod, anything like that. At this stage it still seems pretty good to me. We might look at that stuff further down the track, but at this stage I'm pretty happy with it. Anyway, we'll go over my thoughts on the bike, long-term ownership, see what you think. Right, so if anybody watched my last video, one of the concerns I did have was about the plastic gauges and whether they'd stand up over time. They actually have stood up pretty well. There's been no issues whatsoever. This bike's pretty much my daily rider. 23,000 kilometers on the clock, thereabouts. I did put some plastic protective stickers over the top of both the instrument cluster and the gauges as well. I got them straight away and they're still pretty hardy. You can see there's a little bit of slight fade to them, but at least it's not affecting the gauges itself. One other really small little frustration for me, and this happens all the time, is this clip here. Always comes off, always. Every second or third ride I notice that it's come off. It's pretty simple, just pops off and on. It doesn't really make any difference to the bike, I think. In the end of the day, it's just holding a cord in, but it is a little bit frustrating for me. So something to keep an eye out if you do look at buying this bike. So we got the new set of headers down here, the Rov'n headers. They sound bloody awesome. Anyway, we might give you a bit of a sound clip. If you've got headphones or something like that, it definitely does sound better through the headphones than just on your phone or whatever. So one other thing I had to do out of necessity was change the tyres on the bike. I've fitted the Angel GT tyres on there, Pirelli Angel GT. I only got about 7,000 or 8,000 kilometres out of the Dunlop originals, and these are still, since that point, and as I said, I've done nearly 23,000 kilometres. They just started to square off a slight little bit in the centre there, but nothing too bad yet. And they actually ride really, really well. They're good in the wet. I've had to get wet a few times on the way home from work. They've certainly done the job. They definitely feel a bit different compared to the original tyres. Look, I can't remember if this was in my last video or not, but I also added a aftermarket grab rail on the back just to give it that more original look from the original Z9s back in the day. A lot of them had them. I just shipped this one up from Sydney and fitted it myself. It's pretty straightforward. One of the other little creature comforts I've put on here is the Atlas throttle lock, this thing here. It's actually really, really good considering I use the bike to commute a fair bit. It's just handy just to give your hands a rest and that sort of thing. So it's a pretty simple operation. Obviously, you throttle there. You're driving along, you can lock that throttle in place at any point. You can also then adjust it and it'll stay in the same spot. So simple like that, and then to switch it off, just a tap of the button. So you can lock it at anywhere you want, and then just a simple tap and it'll go away. But that's really handy. Yeah, so what about performance? Look, it's probably got more than enough for what you need on the street. You're only going to get yourself into trouble if it's any faster. Look, we might just go for a bit of a ride and you can have a listen to the new Rov'n exhaust, see what you reckon. Righto, so the Leo Vince headers, they're actually not quite as loud as I was expecting. They just have a really nice note to them now, pretty much exactly how you want them to be. So I know some people have said that the Z900 has a snatchy throttle. I've never really noticed it all that much. When I first purchased the bike, they tightened the slack up a little bit and it's been fine since then. Even just cruising along at slow speed, that new exhaust just changed the bike completely. It sounds so much better. Righto then, that about sums it up. Clearly you can see that I still love the bike. I think it's bloody fantastic. Got any questions, just leave a comment, let me know what you think. Appreciate the feedback. Thanks very much guys. Thanks for watching. Cheers.